Welcome aboard the Boat Buyer's Secret Weapon podcast, where we're dedicated to helping first-time and experienced boat buyers find the right boat at the best price so they have years and years of boating fun, because life truly is better on a boat. Today's podcast is sponsored by the Boat Buyer's Secret Weapon Toolkit, packed with inspection checklists, questions to ask private sellers and dealers, ownership calculators, how to sea trial a boat the right way, and much more. And it's all yours free at boatbuyerssecretweapon.com/toolkit. And the magic money saving method, the insider's way to getting the best deal on your new or used boat. Check out the video at boatbuyerssecretweapon.com/save. Now, let's hop aboard and have some fun.
Welcome, everybody. I am your host, Captain Matt, here from Boat Buyer's Secret Weapon, and we're talking about how much does owning a boat truly cost, and I'm going to give you the unbiased truth. Our Boat Buyer's Secret Weapon YouTube channel, we're committed to helping first-time and experienced boat buyers find the perfect boat at the lowest possible price for years and years of fun and hassle-free boating, because life truly is better on a boat. But life's only better on a boat if you're not in a financial strain to stay on the boat. And sometimes knowing the exact picture of what it's going to look like buying your exact boat is going to help you go into the decision fully aware of the cost side of the equation. We all know the fun side. We all love the idea of having a boat, but it's no fun to buy a boat and to quickly find out 6 months later that, holy crap, this is more expensive than I thought. Why didn't anybody tell me about these expenses that we were gonna see? That's why I've created this video, so that nobody gets in that situation. And when you do decide, hey, we are going to buy a boat, you're budgeted and you know what you're going to expect, where the money is going to go. So you can check out any of our other videos, the used boat buyer's guide, how not to get screwed when buying a used boat, a used pontoon, a used center console, a used deck boat. There's also, we'll touch on some how to get the best boat loan and the best boat insurance, are other videos that you may want to check out that are on the boatbuyerssecretweapon.com website and YouTube channel. So let's go. Here we are. The reason this is so valuable and nobody else is putting this information out there is because nobody else is out there with the knowledge that I have and that I'm sharing that is not biased for you to buy any particular type of boat, a new boat, a used boat, a bow rider, a pontoon, a deck boat, from any particular manufacturer. This is strictly information to help make sure that you buy the right boat at the best price and that you have years and years of hassle-free boating fun. That is it. So I'm going to share some things that others are not willing or able to share because it doesn't meet up with their true goal. And I also have a free resource at the end of this that is a calculator for the true cost of your boat, so that you can go through the calculator, you can put in your information, because it's going to vary depending on the type of boat that you're looking for. Are you financing, not financing, the requirements in your area, the things that nobody else is going to tell you, what the costs are. Are you at the coast? Are you inland? Are you freshwater or saltwater? Are you buying news? Are you buying used? Are you buying a towboat? Are you buying a sailboat? Those are all things that are going to impact. So this is a generic video, but I'm going to give you a tool so you can customize the answers. So let's look at the true cost of boat ownership calculator that we have prepared for you. You can see there's a lot of information because there's a lot of things that need to go into it. It's not fancy, but it's effective, and we're going to go through it step by step. And then I'm going to show it to you live, and this is the file that you'll get when you request the Boat Buyer's Secret Weapon Toolkit. You will also get this free calculator as another resource to help you make a smart decision when buying your boat. So it starts with the boat price. When you look at the price of your boat, there are things that will change depending on the type of boat that you buy, but more importantly, the price of the boat that you're going to buy. So as we look at the toolkit calculator, the true cost of boat ownership calculator, it starts with the boat sales price, the sales tax, the dock prep, registration, fees. Now, your boat price is going to vary. Maybe you're buying a $10,000 boat, maybe you're buying a $500,000 boat. When you do that, your sales tax, depending on the state that you're in, it may be as low as $300, which some states have a cap of $300. Other states have an uncapped sales tax of 7%, like Tennessee. I just had a friend that recently bought a almost $100,000 boat in Tennessee, and they had a $7,000 sales tax bill to go along with it. Knowing that sales tax is going to be valuable. Another thing that you need to know as it relates to sales tax and calculating your sales tax is if you buy in one state and you're keeping the boat in another state, you need to contact both states and find out how to make sure the sales tax is taken care of. Typically, the sales tax is going to be paid to the state where the boat will be registered. So if you live in California and you buy a boat from New York, the sales tax of California is the one that you care about, because when you register your boat there, they're typically going to do a check. And if you pay the New York sales tax when you buy it, and then you register it in California, California is going to say, yeah, but we need to be paid our sales tax because this is where the boat's registered. And they will oftentimes hold your registration up. In some states, they're more specific, they're more particular than others, but something to be aware of if you're buying boats from state to state. Registration fee, you're always going to have a registration fee. To register your boat with the state, with the DNR, the natural resources, whoever is your state's department, you're going to register the boat. If you have an outboard motor, you will typically register the outboard motor. If you have a trailer, you'll typically register the trailer. Not always, but typically. Some states don't care about trailers. Most do. So there may be a fee for each of those. If you buy from a dealer, they may charge a dock prep or a prep fee or a rigging fee that you need to account for so that you can get the total out the door price. I encourage you, when you're dealing with the seller, that you talk about the out the door price so there's not a surprise fee. Could be $200, $300, $400, $500, $1,000, and each state has their own regulations on what they can be called, how much they can be. So be aware that there may be that if you're buying from a business. Okay. As you go up, you'll see that some of the registration fee would likely go up as the price gets higher. The sales tax, if it's a percentage uncapped, will obviously go up as well as the price gets higher. But that's just a quick glance. If you're just trying to get the sense for how much is it going to cost, you can look in the price range that you're considering and get an estimate. Okay. Now, if you're going to finance, this also has a nice little calculator for financing. You can put in the yellow portions are the portions that you put in. The white portions automatically calculate. The down payment of 10% on a $25,000 boat gives you a loan amount of $22,920 if you're going to finance the sales tax and the prep fee. At an interest rate of 5.99, which as this video is created is a reasonable market rate for perfect credit on a newer boat that's, a couple of years old. A term 120 months gives you a payment of $254.34. Again, you can watch the financing video to get more details on how to get the best financing. That's a great video that gives you a lot of detail so that you can save some money on your financing and understand how it works before you make a decision, because there's 3 options that can really make a big difference for you, and that will give you the details there. Now that we know what the financing looks like, if you're going to pay cash, just put 100% in the down payment amount, and that will give you a pretty accurate version. If you want to put the exact percentage in to zero out the loan amount, you can do that. Monthly expenses. So now that we know how much the boat costs, we know what the financing looks like. Now we can look at how much is this boat going to cost us on a monthly basis on average. Insurance typically is paid yearly. Some companies will allow you to pay monthly. Insurance can vary based on the type of boat, the speed of the boat, your boating experience, the age of the boat, and where you're located. Are you on the coast of Florida with hurricanes? Are you on a small lake in Iowa? where you only boat 5 months out of the year and it's laid up on the trailer the rest of the year. It can be as inexpensive as $200 a year for insurance for a typical $50,000 boat in an inland lake area that has seasonality. You may be looking at $300, $400, $500 a year for insurance. You can watch the boat insurance video to get some details on what to look for in insurance, so you get the right policy at the best price. You can also get a financing quote and an insurance quote here at the site so that you can fill that in with a more accurate number based on your specific situation. Storage. Everybody's going to have a different storage situation. If you're keeping it on the trailer in your driveway or in a building, that's going to be free. You can keep it on the water in a covered slip with a lift, and that may be $300, $400, $500 a month, depending on where you live. Somewhere in between. It could be a gravel parking lot that's secured. It could be an indoor heated storage area. It could be on the water. It could be a dry storage where you don't need a trailer. If you're looking to save some money, I encourage you to get a trailer and to tow your boat and find a parking lot that's going to be affordable. Maybe find a friend with an open outbuilding or a barn where you can keep it in, get a good lock for it and a good extra cover for your boat, and you'll be in good shape. You can save some money on storage. Maintenance. For a typical engine, now this is an average, so some areas it may be higher, some areas it may be lower, but a typical outboard or inboard-outboard engine or a direct drive, V-drive engine, gas, is typically going to be about $600 a year per engine. So that's $50 a month. The maintenance that I'm talking about is oil changes, gear lube changes, impeller changes, and winterizations. Now, $600 a year is what most marine mechanics will charge. Again, some will be higher, some will be lower, depending on the dealership, depending on your area, depending on the type of engine and type of boat you have. If you want to cut some of those expenses, maintenance is something that a mechanically inclined person can do on most boat engines today, and especially the older the engine, the easier some of that stuff is to do. So if you're looking for areas to save, that maintenance is one that that you may want to look at. Make sure when you're doing maintenance that you do it properly, because if you do it wrong, if you put your impeller in the wrong way, if you don't winterize your boat properly, what is saving you a couple $100 could cost you several $1,000s in a new engine or a costly repair. But the maintenance is something that needs to be done every single year on your boat. So you got to budget for it. Fuel. Fuel, you need to consider your boating style. If you're somebody that boats like I do, I get on the water, I cruise to a cove, I throw the anchor out, we sit and float for several hours, maybe take the kids doing some water sports, come back, float some more, maybe go for a slow cruise. I don't open it wide open and run 15 gallons an hour. Maybe I do that for a couple minutes because it's fun, but that's not, I don't race around the lake. I don't do water sports all day. I don't haul 100 miles offshore to a hot fishing spot. My fuel consumption with my boating style is minimal. Other people that are surfing, 6 hours a day and they're nonstop and they've got all their buddies out there and everybody's surfing and they're always running that engine. They're running to their fishing spot. They love to go fast. They've got 2, 3, 4 engines on the back of their boat. Well, you've got to adjust your fuel accordingly. So come up with a monthly amount that you can look at fuel. And then repairs. Repairs are the things that break. Maintenance always has to be done, but boats can also break and they need repairs. You want to consider the age and the condition of your boat, especially if you're buying a used boat. For a new boat, you got 5 years of warranty to cover most things, unless you do something dumb as a boat operator, which is going to happen too. You may get your prop dinged up. You may have leave the switch on and run your battery dead. There are things that may come up for repairs, but the older your boat and the worse condition it's in when you buy it means that you're going to have bigger repairs more consistently. The thing about repairs is they don't come $50 a month like your insurance does, like your storage bill does. Repairs come no repairs, no repairs, no repairs, a $500 invoice, a $1,000 invoice, a $1,500 invoice. They can be they are unexpected by the nature of it being a repair, but you want to put some money towards that so that you're putting it away if you need to, so that when an incident does happen, you've got that money set aside and you've budgeted for that, so you know the true cost of ownership. So in this example, this $25,000 boat that we're putting 10% down, doing the loan for $254.34 a month, the real cost of cash flow every month is $554.34, if you see that right there. So that's how much I need to have cash available. Now, in the wintertime, it may be a little less because I don't have fuel. I don't have some of those things. But if you calculate it this way, it's going to give you a really accurate picture of what it's like owning that boat. As we go to the next section, not only is there a cash flow piece to owning a boat, which is important, but there's also a total cost of ownership. So how much is it going to cost me in cash, but also how much is being a boater going to cost me over the life of the boat? So what we've done is we've said, okay, tell us how long you think you'll own your boat. I'm going to own this boat for 15 years. I'm going to own it for a year, maybe 2 years, maybe 5 years. And you want to look at what is it going to cost you, the cost of ownership of this boat. So pick your depreciation rate. A boat is typically going to depreciate from 5% to 20%. The bigger, the newer the boat, the higher the depreciation in the first 3 to 5 years. The smaller, generally speaking, the more common the boat. So a pontoon with a 90 horsepower, about 22-foot bow rider or deck boat, a 24-foot center console are going to have lower depreciation rates in most situations. It's going to tell you, okay, 15 years, that is going to depreciate a certain amount. At the time of sale, in 15 years, that $25,000 boat is now going to be worth $11,777. Now, this is not science. This isn't art. This is, let's get the best estimate we can. At times, used boats have appreciated, but it's a depreciating asset, and most boats, most of the time, are going to go down in value. So let's account for that. So the true cost of that $25,000 boat after we sell it in 15 years is $13,643. Now, we're not taking into account the future value of money and the lost opportunity costs. That's too much, but this is a good look at it. The interest paid on that loan, $5,500. Over 15 years, we paid $5,500 in interest. So the actual cost of that boat, $19,142.88. The monthly cost of owning that boat, $106, $1,200 per year. Now, that's an accurate picture of the cost of the boat, but what was the cost of being a boater? Remember those storage and insurance and fuel and maintenance and repair costs? Let's add those in so we can get a true picture. And now the cost of being a boater on the boat that we're thinking about buying is $661 a month or $7,900 a year. Now you've got the data to make the decision of, does owning a boat make sense for me? Is it worth $8,000 a year for making the memories, spending the time with my family, getting out in nature, having that relaxation, having that vacation just at my disposal? Is it worth it for me or not? Am I willing to invest $8,000 a year to being a part of the boating lifestyle? Can I afford the cash flow of whatever it was, $554 a year? If all of those numbers make sense, you can go into your boat purchase having a good confidence level that this is a smart decision. This is a wise decision, and there shouldn't be many things that catch you off guard other than making a mistake in the type of boat, making a mistake in the actual boat that you purchase if it's a used boat, which I encourage you to watch the used boat buyer's guide video, how to buy a used boat, a used pontoon, a used center console, a used deck boat. You can find those at boatbuyerssecretweapon.com or Boat Buyer Secret Weapons YouTube channel. But now you've got a complete picture of what it looks like to buy a boat. Okay? Now there's one more thing that you need to know. There's other expenses that may come up as a boat owner. Property taxes. Some states charge a yearly property tax. If you have property tax in your state, add it into your calculator so you can see how that adds to the cash flow. Life vest. You have to have life vests for everybody that's on your boat to be legal. Coast Guard flotation devices. Typically, state by state, it's going to vary, but children under 12 need to wear a life jacket when underway. So those got to be good fitted vests for the kid. I've got 2 kids, and every couple of years we have to buy a new one as they've grown from infants up to kids now. As an adult that likes to water ski and surf, you've got to have a good, comfortable vest, and I get new vests every now and again. You've got to have dock lines. You've got to have fenders. You likely need an anchor, an anchor line, anchor chain, coolers, flares, fishing equipment, water sports equipment, electronics, stereo upgrades, trailer tires will need to be, if you trailer a lot, every 5 years you may need new tires, cleaning supplies, water toys, noodles, floats. You don't have to have everything, but you do have to have some basics. So you want to go to, you can click on my channel and you can check out gear. And at boatbuyerssecretweapon.com, you can check out the gear and see what life vests that you like costs, dock lines, fenders. You can check out all that stuff. Some things like electronics and wakeboards and surfboards and water skis and tubes and trampolines and lily pads and the cleaning supplies that you like to use and squirt guns and all of that stuff. You want to think about that. Yeah, it can add up, but guess what? You don't have to have it all. You don't have to have it all right away, but you want to think about those expenses and what you're going to want and what you're going to need over time. So that gives you a really good idea of what it looks like. So let me show you the calculator in person. So we looked at a $25,000 boat, but all you need to do is put in the boat sales price, your sales tax in your area, the dock registration fee for that boat. So a $100,000 boat, $3,000 sales tax, $750. I'm going to put 10% down. Watch the financing video. You typically have to put 10% down. Maybe you want to say, I want to do 20% down. The interest rate is going to be 7.99, and I want to do it for 120 months, or I want to do it for 180 months. Maybe I can do it for 240 months, and you can just quickly put that in there. Then you're going to go down to your expenses and say, okay, that's my loan payment. My insurance is going to be $1,200 a year, $100 a month. Storage is going to be $200 a month or $2,400 a year. Maintenance, I've got twin engines, so it's $100 a month. That's $1,200. Fuel, I'm going to be doing some serious surfing, $500 a month for fuel. Repairs, I'm going to buy a new boat, so I'm not going to have many repairs, but I'm going to put $600 a year in there just because I know I'm probably going to ding my prop or I'm going to do something dumb, and I just want to account for that. So now my cash flow for that $100,000 boat is $1,965 a month. So now we want to look at the actual cost of owning the boat. So we say, okay, we've got this $100,000 surf boat that we're buying, and I'm going to probably keep it for 3 years. It's a new boat, so I'm going to say the depreciation is going to be 10%. I'm going to keep it for 3 years, so I've got to manually input this $75,634. 75, 634 is my value when I get ready to sell it. That means the true cost of the boat is 28,116. The interest paid 27,000 on interest. So the actual cost of that boat over 3 years 55,409.95, and the true cost of the boat 15,000 or 1,500 a month or 18,000 for the year. The total cost monthly with fuel and gear and everything, I'm surfing 12 months out of the year, is $3,500 or $42,000 per year. Now, I make the decision. Is buying this $100,000 surf boat and using it the way I want to use it, is it worth $42,000 a year? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. It's going to depend on your situation. That's why this calculator was created, so you could decide and you could put in your specific numbers. If I go up here and I say, well, you know what? What if maybe we made people pitch in for gas and we could cut that? What if maybe I found a buddy that could tuck it in their shed? I got to do that. I've got to do that. What if I put, what if I could get a little bit better interest rate? I really am going to shop around and I'm going to stretch that out to 180 months and let's see what that looks like. Now you come down here in that same boat with a few changes, still $18,000 a year, but I got it down to $34,000 per year because I changed my financing setup, I cut the cash flow, and I'm still going to sell it for the same amount. And now I can make a smart decision on which way makes the most sense for me to buy this boat. Now, okay, I can swing this. This makes a lot of sense. For 35 grand a year, man, it's going to be totally worth it, and I'm 100% in. Now I'm going to watch how to buy the right boat, how to buy the right used boat if I'm going used, how to get the best insurance, how to get the best financing. I'm going to watch all those videos, and I'm going to jump into my boating lifestyle with all of the information. I'm going to avoid all the mistakes, and I'm going to have a great time. And now you can jump into it knowing exactly what you got, and then just the note of, hey, there's some other things to think about. So that is the true cost of boat ownership. Things that you probably have never heard. I assure you, you've never seen a calculator like this before, and you can get this calculator for free, so you can go through your own calculations so that you know the true cost of boat ownership. It comes free with the Boat Buyers Secret Weapon Boat Buyers Toolkit. You just go to boatbuyerssecretweapon.com and you can click on the toolkit link, grab your copy of the toolkit, get that information. It will be emailed directly to you. And with the Boat Buyers Secret Weapon Toolkit, you will get the Excel file, the same one that you just saw me working on, and you can now plug in your specific situation, make your assumptions, put in your estimates based on your local market area, the way you're going to be using your boat, the information that you discover in your research of the insurance, the financing, the storage, the maintenance, all of those things. And now you've got a very accurate picture of what it looks like. You make a smart decision. If it makes sense, I hope you enjoy and join the boating lifestyle or continue in the boating lifestyle. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast on your favorite podcast app. You can also check out all of our videos on our YouTube channel, the Boat Buyers Secret Weapon YouTube channel, or just visit our website, boatbuyerssecretweapon.com, where you can pick up a copy of that toolkit for free. You can also check out our magic money saving method. It's the best negotiation strategy to getting the best price on your perfect boat. That's at boatbuyerssecretweapon.com/save. Thank you very much, and we'll talk to you next time.
Well, it's time to pull up the anchor and run this podcast back to the dock. We'll be back again with another helpful and fun episode. If you'd like to be a guest on the podcast, visit us at boatbuyerssecretweapon.com/guest, and I'll help offer insights into your boat research and shopping experience. We'd also appreciate it if you gave the podcast a review on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts, so we know how we're doing. It also helps others find us, which is a big help. You can also share with your boating friends and boating groups on social media. They'll certainly thank you. By the way, if you haven't already, be sure to grab your free Boat Buyer's Secret Weapon Toolkit with inspection checklists, questions to ask, calculators, how to sea trial a boat the right way, and much, much more. You can pick up your copy at boatbuyerssecretweapon.com/toolkit today. Already found the perfect boat and want to ensure you don't pay too much? Check out the magic money saving method at boatbuyerssecretweapon.com/save for a short video. And now a few first time boating tips for when you bought your new boat. Number one, at the boat ramp, prepare your boat, your gear, your guests in the staging area. Then head back down the ramp, unload, and head to the parking lot. Be courteous to your fellow boaters and don't tie that ramp up unnecessarily with things that should be done in the staging area. It'll make you a lot more boating friends. Number two, this could save you an expensive ticket, and it's a personal pet peeve of mine. Boats do not have headlights. They have docking lights. They're specifically made for seeing in tight quarters and docking. Please, 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 please do not run your docking lights while running down the lake or the waterway. It will cause other boaters night blindness, and it can be very dangerous, and it's incredibly rude to those other boaters. Plus, as I said, it can land you with a very, very expensive ticket. Number three, pay attention to your wake at all times. When maneuvering at slow speeds, you can put out an enormous wake. Be sure to be at idle speed, which is just in forward gear, to ensure there's no wake, no extra throttle. Again, this can save you a very expensive ticket, and it's courteous to your fellow boaters. Number four, follow the maintenance schedule for your boat, changing the oil, the impeller, the gear loop, winterizing before the first major freeze if you freeze in your area, and checking your tires and your hubs and keeping those bearings greased. It will help you ensure that you don't experience an expensive and an unnecessary repair. Keeping up with that general maintenance will ensure that you have a much more fun and enjoyable boating lifestyle and have fewer problems that arise. Number five, always double check your plug is in, that your battery is charged, and the fuel is full before heading out for a day on the water. Now, I know all of these from personal experience, and it's ruined the boating day every single time. So double check those things before you head out on the water, before you back down that ramp and go, and you'll have much more fun. And most important, have fun. Get out and enjoy your boat as often as you can, because as you know, life truly is better on a boat. Until next time, this is your friend in boating, Captain Matt.